gets sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my Savior and I. Keep falling in love with Him over and over and over and over. Well, and He keeps blessing me over and over and over and over and over again. The Lord keeps blessing me over and over and over and over and over. Oh, and He gets sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between, and I keep falling in love with Him over and over and over and over. Well, and He keeps cleansing me over and over and over and over and over. Well, and He keeps cleansing me over and over, over and over and over. Well, and He gets sweeter and sweeter as the days go by. Oh, what a love between my Savior and I. Keep falling in love with Him over and over and over and over again. Amen. We're glad that you are here. You are not here by accident, but you're here because God has willed it and He has purposed it to be so. And we are so glad that He did. Let us look together now at Nehemiah chapter 1, beginning at verse number 1. Once again, that is the book of Nehemiah chapter 1, beginning at verse number 1. The words of Nehemiah, the son of Hakaliah. And it came to pass in the month Chislev, in the 20th year, as I was in Shushan the palace, that Hananiah, one of my brethren, came, he and certain men of Judah. And I asked them concerning the Jews that had escaped, which were left of the captivity, and concerning Jerusalem. And they said unto me, the remnant that are left of the captivity there in the province are in great affliction and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem also is broken down, and the gates thereof are burned with fire. This morning we want to begin a series, and the title of this series is Rebuilding and Restoring the Walls of Our Faith. Rebuilding and restoring the walls of our faith. Within this particular series, we're going to examine the first 6 chapters of the book of Nehemiah. In so doing, we're going to explore the methods and the steps that Nehemiah took as he was heading up the task of rebuilding the broken down walls of Jerusalem. As we look at these steps that Nehemiah took in this rebuilding project, we're going to examine some things that are useful, some things that will help us make application today as we seek to rebuild and restore the walls of our faith. The first thing we're going to notice here as we look at why Nehemiah held up the task of rebuilding Jerusalem's walls, well, why was the walls in Jerusalem broken down in the first place? What was it that took place in Jerusalem that caused the walls to be broken down? What kind of activity could have taken place in the Holy city that would cause them to stand a time later on the outside of the city and look back at the rubbish which used to be their homes. Yes. Well, if we're going to explore why the walls of Jerusalem needed to be rebuilt, then we have to go back to the time when God brought his people out of the land of Egypt. After God rescued the children of Israel from Egyptian bondage, after they were exodus from the borders of Egypt, God had warned his people through the mouth of Moses that if they obeyed his commands and kept his laws, as long as they did what he said, the way he said it, and like he said it, they would be unto him a peculiar treasure above all people. Notice with me in Exodus chapter 19 and beginning at verse number 3, notice the exhortation that God commissions Moses to give the children of Israel. Exodus chapter 19 and beginning at verse number 3, and Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, how that I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Here God is reminding Moses to remind the people that they didn't get out of Egypt by themselves. God said, you saw what I did to the Egyptians. How that I bore you, or literally carried you on eagle's wings. And by doing that, I brought you unto myself. God is letting them know what a very special and particular people they are. For God, the creator of heaven and earth, to consciously decide, I want you as my people. And because I want you to be my people, I'm going to do for you what you cannot do for yourself. Moses is to remind the people that how they got where they are was not by their own efforts. Therefore, he goes on to say now, in verse number 5, he says, Now, therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. For all of the earth is mine, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. God tells his children, all you have to do is obey me. All you have to do is what I say, like I said it, and I'm going to take care of you. You are going to be to me a peculiar treasure. You're going to be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. What God was really telling them, that as long as you do what I say, like I say it, I got you. I'm going to bless you above and beyond your ability to even understand it. I know that's the case. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Look at another place where God assures his people that if they obey him, nothing but good things will come their way. And as we look at this, my brothers and sisters, we cannot help but make application to our own lives. Because if your life was like Jerusalem's walls, torn down, lying in rubbish, wasted because the